Hi everybody. So I'm here today with a video that I've been thinking about for quite some time. It is a combination of my recent interest in astrology and also in building a bullet journal for the entire year of 2022. So this one is the Notebook Therapy Tsuki collection. It says it's limited edition on their website, but I seem to have seen this one online. It's been in stock consistently, pretty much, since I've been looking at it. But this is the A5 Tsuki Constellation Black, and there's the SKU, the code, if you really wanted it. I also leave it linked in the description box below. But this book is really nice. Mine came with kind of like a mark, a dirty mark. These notebooks, I've noticed, the ones that have a lot of hype right now in the bullet journaling community and kind of online social media, the ones with the 160 GSM linen covers, they get dirty really quickly. So I'm trying to figure out a way to work with that. But this one has like foil, kind of like a foil imprint of each of the constellations that we base our astrology signs off of. It has a nice elastic closure, 2 of these bookmarks. So this notebook is a dotted notebook, and in the back there's also a free little gift, they say, with every purchase. This one is in the shape of kind of like a star. And I've not done any tests on this book because I think I'm going to need every single page. But there's no gilded edges, and the book itself is the 0.5 centimeter grid spacing, so 5 millimeter grid spacing. And the pages are pretty white as well. The dots seem to be this like really light gray color. So again, it says it's the Tsuki. This character says moon, but it says it's a bullet journal by Notebook Therapy, and it's the Constellations edition. And then I think there's always a quote at the end. So this one says, "You can light up the whole world with the constellations in your mind." Now, my thought for this was it's going to be a full year of setups that I do now. And I have been doing a bit of research. So this is my like research book. I wrote down a bunch of different ideas and like kind of wanted to get a feel for each of the signs and use them as kind of an inspiration to make your days and year a little bit better. So there's a lot of planning. I've been thinking about this for a really long time. So what I did was I kind of drew out a bunch of pages that I wanted to do some planning, like pre-planning for. So they're not very sticky anymore, or actually they never really were very sticky. They're from Rose Colored Daze. It's the vellum sticky notes. But I had just made some notes. So like when January starts, how many weeks there are, because I have some plans of how I'm going to set it up. The beginning of it, I'm going to have a title page with a quote, and then we're going to do a year at a glance for 6 months across the first 2 pages, and then the second half of the year on the next 2. Then something to do with goal setting, maybe bucket list, a yearly planner, and then like a routine before we get really started. And what I also have is quotes that I thought might represent each of the different astrology signs. And again, these don't stick very well, but I've just kind of moved them around depending on what I felt was suitable. It really has been difficult because me personally, as an Aries, I can read a quote about my sign and be like, yes, that's relatable. But I don't know so much yet about each of the signs and their characteristics. And obviously every single person is different based on like their individual unique upbringings and different areas of their chart. I hope that I have, through each time I research or each time maybe I do a new setup, I can learn a little bit more and find inspiration from each of the signs to improve myself as well. So it's kind of like a learning. So like a year of astrology where I learn about the different signs. So there's a lot of like random talking and just basic background of what I wanted this to look like, but the execution part has been holding me back a little bit. So I personally don't know what kind of weekly setup that will work for me. One of the challenges that I think has been holding me back is not knowing what kind of weekly setup I would include in this year of astrology. So some examples that like mock-ups that I did are here. So here's an example of a mock-up of a horizontal spread. I don't love having the weekend mixed, having to share a box. I really would like to have everything look uniform, and it's really difficult with 7 days in each week, and I haven't really found a solution for it. But here's a horizontal spread that I kind of was playing around with. Another horizontal spread with like a lot more going on. So here is like kind of a weekly task list of things that kind of just like the brain dump all the things that you might want to do and then cross off which day that you've done it. This I think is called the Alistair method. I've adapted it for this space. But I also have like some don't forgets, and I set this up wrong, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I matched the colors weird, and I just did not want to redo anything. So these would not look like this next time that I was to recreate it. But again, even though they have the same size boxes, not really sure the horizontal layout is what I need. I don't know. This is really tough. Okay, so this one, bit weird, but it's mostly pen, and I actually used a bit of washi tape here and was surprised that I could write over it with my white gel pen. The columns are really, really small, and my handwriting, like it could fit, but it's kind of like, no, it just looks really squished in this one. But I'm glad I tried it, and maybe it's an option for something in the future. This is the one I think I'm more inclined to go with. So here we've got the entire week, so for different events, and then you've got a space for habit trackers, and then a task list, as well as this monthly calendar, this mini monthly calendar, and that's with our functional overlay tape. So I wanted to find a way, like you can see from this, I've used pen obviously, but most of it is washi tape, and a lot of the time I'm using perforated washi tape or perforated overlay tape because it's already pre-measured. So something that I'm experimenting with. Yeah, I used gouache, like a gouache paint, and it keeps transferring over. So another thing that I suggest is to test out different layouts, test out different mediums, and different types of writing utensils or writing equipment. But this layout actually is not too different from this one. It's just a little bit more writing, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I was just putting anything down, but all of these overlays are from Rose Colored Daze. And then, I've showed some of these before. So this was in my video, which I'll link in the card above. But here we go. I do like this one because Sunday and Saturday still have like a comparable amount of space, but they're horizontal. Yeah, so these ones are the ones I've already showed in a video. I think this, for some reason, this looks, because I didn't leave a column. So this might be better, but again, sharing the space for Saturday and Sunday is not ideal. But I do like that we get to use a little bit of washi tape. And then, yeah, this is the last one I think I showed in that video. And then, I did do a couple of more after my planning session. So here was another one that was a horizontal version of a layout. So I just put all the boxes in, and I used these skinny Rose Colored Daze date cover washi. And I feel like this was better because it didn't take up as much space, and every single day has the same amount of boxes or dots. And you get this great like things to do box down here. Another horizontal one. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was just trying to figure out spacing. But overall, I feel like what I'm going to put in my setup is days of the week and then a habit tracker. Oh, what happened? I must have spilled tea on here. Whoops. But I actually like this too. I noticed that having boxes makes everything more cohesive. So yeah, so that's a little bit of insight into what I'm thinking and how I'm setting up for 2022. Okay, so the next part of it are like materials. I talked about the notebook already. There's a lot of washi tape here, and I'm a person who has a lot of washi tape. But what I did was I looked up like color combinations that I thought might be good for each of the astrology signs. And you notice I don't really have too many tapes that are suitable for each specific sign. So like Aries, for example, which is my star sign, my sun sign, my astrology sign, it's supposed to be like fiery reds and like oranges, and all I could really find was this one tape from Simply Gilded. It's the hot pink sunset zodiac with light gold, and then this like really gorgeous, I actually didn't even write the name of this, but it's one of the Stardust that came out, I'd say summertime. Beautiful though. And I think the fall pre-sale might also have something that's suitable. But for now, what I was thinking was just based off of washi tape is how I was going to decorate. Because making an entire planner for 2022 seems a little bit daunting. So I wanted to make it as easy for me as possible, also using the supplies I already had. So you've seen a lot of these already. These are the Rose Colored Daze date covers. I also have them in the overlay tapes, not just the washi tape version. I have a couple of these just interspersed are from PaperGeek Co, which also makes a ton of, it's a company from, I think it's Malaysia, and the owner designer, her name is Joey. she makes the most beautiful washi tape that are like a lot of them are the moon phases, as well as this like mountainscape with like beautiful skies. So mix of PaperGeek Co and Simply Gilded. Like most of the ones I chose were constellation related, or some moon stuff like this. Just working with what I got. The other thing I have some washi that I couldn't really assign to anything, but maybe I'll use it in other decorative spaces like title pages or something. But I also have the rest of my collection of date covers. So my, I guess, inspiration is washi tape. That's my inspiration for 2022. Just using these beautiful things that I mostly have not opened, as you can see. But yeah. So stay tuned if you'd like to watch a series of setting up 2022 in a bullet journal using these supplies. And I'd love to know what you guys are using for 2022, and if you know much about astrology and the different signs, and if you could leave a comment below, maybe we can have more of a conversation and I can learn a lot more regarding the different signs and what you think about astrology. And everything like that I can link, all the shops, I will leave them in the description box. I have referral code, like referral links for Simply Gilded and Rose Colored Daze, I believe, and would love for you to also share in this washi obsession. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with the next video in this series, which is setting up my yearly spreads. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.